Hello everyone, it's me again. I'm Lena and I'm from the Healthcare Landscape Group. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my third DEA, which is about Introduction to Calculating Dosages. In this video, I'll be going over three parts. The first part is Introduction to Calculating Dosages, where I'll be talking about what is calculating dosages, the importance of calculating dosages, and the consequences if we miscalculate the dosages. The second part is why doctors need it. I'll go over why doctors need to do the actual calculating, but not the others. And yeah, that is the second part. And for our last part, we have the examples, where I'll be showing you some prescriptions of drugs to the patients as well. Let's get started on our first part. Introduction to calculating dosages. Now, what is calculating dosages? Calculating dosages is just basically calculating drugs. And we will need some skills for this, some crucial math skills that will help us in the future. For example, the four basic operations, decimals. We need to have knowledge on decimals, ratios, fractions, and lots of more. That is for what is calculating dosages. The importance of calculating dosages. Why is calculating dosages important? Well, calculating dosages will ensure that we don't make any mistakes. It prevents us from making any potential medical errors, for example, the ineffective treatment plans. And what are the consequences of miscalculating the dosages? Well, if we put the decimal in the wrong place, and then we end up giving this kind of milligrams without that decimal in the right place, then that patient may be underdosed or overdosed, which will lead to fatal consequences. Now, the consequences, we have lots of consequences. The most severe one is death. We have the duration of the healing decrease, so there's low duration of healing. That time of healing or treatment is slow, and the condition may get even worse over a period of time. Then we have overdosing, which will lead to drug toxicity to our body. That is drug toxicity. We have underdosing, which is giving the patient not enough drugs, and that will lead us to inadequate treatment or ineffective treatment plans. Those are the consequences of miscalculating dosages. Let's move on to our second and main part. Why do doctors need calculating dosages? Well, doctors need to calculate dosages because they need to give their patients medicine. They need to give their patients assistance with the medicine. Of course, the drugs only assist the doctors in the treatment plans, but yeah, the drugs are the crucial part for that treatment as well. Why do doctors need to calculate drugs but not others, for example nurses? Well, one reason is that the nurse assistant or the doctor assistant or nurse will only be the assistant, not the main person. And the doctor have the most responsibility over that patient. They are assigned to that patient. And with the doctor, in this case of the doctor keeps tracks of the patient medical records. And based on that patient medical record, they can infer from it that this person have this body type, so that we need to give them more or less drugs. In that case, their age can varies too. If they're under 18 years old, we will give them only half of the tablet, or over 18 years old, we will give them whole tablet. And that depends on their age, the condition they're in, their body type, and lots of more contributing factors. And each individual is different from others. No one is the same. Even twins are not the same. Therefore, we have to check their medical records, their medical factors of their body, so that we can calculate the perfect and right amount of drugs for their patient. And it can't be the same amount for all of the people they treat. And And yeah, that is why doctors need to calculate drugs but not others. Let's move on to our final part, the examples. Now, in the examples, I have some examples of prescriptions given from doctors to the patients, and I found this online. Let's start first with this prescription. As you can see, there is the clinic. This is just a sample. This is the name of the clinic. We have the patient's name and milligrams that they have. Advice given: avoid oily and spicy food. For example, for the medicine name, the tab demo medicine 1, we can put it in like some kind of drug names, and then the dosage will be 1 morning, 1 night before giving them food, and that is the dosage. What about the duration? Well, the duration could be 10 days for a total of 20 tabs. So if we divide that, each day we will have 2 tabs in total, and that will vary from each day. For example, this 1/2 a morning, a half in a night. This particular tab, demo medicine 4, we will have 1 tab per day, or in this case we will have 4 tabs per day depending on the drug. And then we can have the charts too, and then the signature. That is one example. The second example is this much smaller one of Jane Doe, filled in on the 2nd of July 2018 and used by the 2nd of July 2019. And take 1 capsule by mouth in the morning and 2 capsules in the evening. So let's say we have if we have 3 drugs per day, then if we have over a month, what will we have? Well, in a month we have 29 days, let's say, in 30 days, and then if we multiply that by 3, we will have 90 drugs, 90 dosage of drugs every single day in that month, and 3 dosage each day, 3 drugs for each type each day. And then the doctors will of course look at the patient records, so they could put that on the prescription that they give to the person at the pharmacy, or they give to the patient, so that the patient can give to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist can give the patient that particular type of drugs so that they can take each morning, in the lunchtime, by noon, afternoon, in the evening, at night, or before eating food, after eating food, whatever time. And that will depend, of course, on the patient's body type and medical factors. Now, let's have this one last example. Why is decimal points and zeros important? Well, this will make a significant change in the dosages factors. Here, the decimal point errors cause significant consequences, and decimal point errors occur of the result of miscalculation when writing orders or instructions, when the doctors don't have observation skills. That's why observation skills is important for us. When writing a result of artifact or faxed order, sometimes it's the cause of the computers, but that is a rare case. Always write leading zeros in front of the number. And yeah, if we have the decimal, we have a decimal number, we can put the 0 at the front. And if we move this decimal, if there's an error, we move this decimal to this place, then that will be 90 milligrams per day. So that will leave a significant change. If there's an underdose, let's say 901 thousandths of milligrams per day, then that will be underdose, which will lead to ineffective treatment plans. If there's overdose, it will lead to drug toxicity, which will be fatal to our body. And never write trailing zeros. Never, ever write trailing zeros at the end. That is for the examples part. I also have this one more supplement effects too. We can have the vitamin A from this capsule. Here are the prescription effects. Serving size 1 tablet per day, 1 tablet daily with food. Direction for adults, not kids. And yeah, the per amount for serving. We have the decimals here, and it's really important. So that is the daily value. That is all for examples part, and also all for my 3rd edition A. If you have any other questions or any other ideas you want to add or comment onto my video, then I would be glad to hear it. Thank you again for listening to my video, and I hope to see you in this meeting or the next video. And goodbye. I appreciate your time and attention. Bye. See you soon.